Welcome back to Terebelo Business, Podcast Tuesday. Cruising down the Palisades, a gorgeous highway in New York, to a coffee shop where I will be meeting a fine coffee maker, keeping it under wraps too, to create a Terebelo bourbon finished coffee. A coffee aged in a bourbon barrel. Today's topic, we're back to starting up your business. One of the big questions that people ask all the time is, do you have investors? Where do you get your equity, your equity to run your business from? And questions of that sort. To be honest, I don't have any investors. My dad helped out a little bit, but I sweated it out for 2-3 years, saving every dollar. Now, from my hands-on experience, business, most of what I'm doing, as you see in business, is not very typical. It's not running standard structure. A business, not standard marketing. I'm not playing by the books. If I had an investor, if I had outside funding, I'm pretty certain, even when they tell you it's going to be a silent partner, there's expectations. No one gives you money without expectations, and you will have to meet their expectations, which could be a good thing. If you match up well and you see their vision. However, it can be a really bad thing. My own hands-on experiences after reaching out to numerous companies is whenever there's a partner or investor or something, you don't get answers to your questions when you call. Be it you want certain barrels, wine barrels, or a partnership. And this is what I love about the coffee shop I was at. It's another privately owned, individually owned business, meaning to say the boots are on the ground for a decision. Decisions are made and you can move forward, which is a fantastic benefit. In business, one of the strongest points I've learned is agility to move, to make a decision and to move forward with it without second thought. If you have to have second thoughts, well, that's a problem. Things aren't going that well. Another very interesting difference between having a partner and not having a partner is often you discover that when you have an investor, when you have money laying around, and listen, I'm talking from my own experience, you're much more free with the money. If there's money in my account, it hasn't yet purchased more grains for bourbon, more glass, more label material, or anything of that sort. And all of a sudden, you get to feel like a rich man. Cash numbers, bank account statements get to your head, and you invest in stupid things, such as paid advertisements that you wouldn't have otherwise. Now, there are times when it's worth having a paid advertisement. Not nothing that, marketing campaigns have been a standard in the industry since time immemorial. It's like one of the oldest things that have ever been done. However, it's not something I plan on doing. You just get this one. So you gotta be very careful. But another interesting thing I've noticed, when you have money, you're more often willing to outsource a job that needs to be done. Be it graphics, be it physical labor, truck driving, and things of that sort. If you don't do it yourself ever, you don't have the experience, you don't know if you're overpaying or being overcharged. You don't rip the numbers. A very interesting case would be renting a truck. If you outsource renting a truck, the standard way to rent a truck is to call up a U-Haul, to call up Just for Wheels, or just about any truck rental agency, and say, hey, I need a truck, how much is it for your cheapest truck? Your standard they tell you is $19 or whatever, and deal is a day plus mileage, 75 cents per mile plus easy pass. So what should you do? You have you pick it up and off you go. When you guys do your own homework, you're not outsourcing the job to someone. You're going to your eyes will be tuned. For example, I discovered after writing about my truck rentals, actually a friend sent it to me because I'm doing the truck rentals and everything, that if you went from Home Depot, it's $129 a day flat rate, unlimited mileage. Even more interesting was I discovered that they can be free easy pass. Now, if you're going 300, 400 miles and highway driving, this is a fantastic benefit to say the least. So you really gotta keep these different points in mind. Label management. If you don't actually create the label and you just outsource it, you won't realize the different types and the different fabrics and different materials. In addition, that hands-on feel and everything, you get to know the culture, the language. You start realizing, hey, there's different types of linen. One is cheaper than the other, and they look the same. And the reason why one costs more is because for a different purpose. For example, now obviously this is not applicable to me because I'm liquid. You could be paying more for a liquid linen label because it's waterproof or something like that, which you don't need in your product. Glass, just to look at glass. If you just order glass, hey, just fill me glass, without actually investigating and looking at it, getting hands on just because, you'll wind up with glass from other countries, and you will never get to experience why one glass is more than the other. A very simple case would be, I only use Italian glass, which is the most expensive of all the glass bottles. But when I order from 5-6 countries, as the first video, the quality didn't compare. It's only when you get hands-on that you get to see that. Another important factor of being hands-on is your human relationship. If you have a secretary or someone that ran the business, I'm not against having that. Again, it takes more capital than I have, which, it's always a trade-off. Hire more or build more, create more, which we'll put out at a different time. A video on that. If your relationship with your suppliers, as being the businessman, as an executive, CEO, owner, is a very different relationship than someone else placing an order. I've learned that they truly, when they speak to you as a business owner, they truly care about you as a client. They'll offer you things they won't offer someone else that places the order, someone else places the order for you. Simply because, at first I thought hey, my success is their success, they'll sell more, which is true. But there's a human side of it, is that no one likes seeing other people fail in business. Once you have a personal relationship with them, they want to see your success. They'll call you and offer you a deal. Hey, buddy, we got this in the warehouse. We got that in the warehouse. Hanging around. Is this of interest to you? And we're offering it to you simply because it's a good price, not for any other reason. So that's very important. And I would have never gotten this knowledge if I wasn't the one that had to do all this legwork. And believe me, things are a pain. To find your glass is much easier to go to, in this case, online, order from whichever third-party vendor and have it delivered. I drilled down and I actually know all the manufacturers of different glass throughout the world. Reach out to them, and it's hard when you tell a company, no, I don't want it. You're dealing with a manufacturer, like, why not? And that's human relationship that plays back in my face that I just mentioned earlier that's so beneficial, that when you tell them, look, your quality is just not the same, they're like, no, give us another chance, and you're like, I'm so sorry. That is sometimes why you're avoiding subconsciously making that human connection, because of the fear of letting someone down. And it's just a risk that I've learned to take, that I have to do. All right, thank you so much for listening. Keep on building. Of course, please reach out with your comments and your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. You can direct message me in whichever platform you're using, or WhatsApp me 551-238-7791. Looking forward to connecting with you next week. Thank you, and enjoy my drive.